Tell who the man is, and then also why you're running for mayor. And then based on what we've talked about, what do you think about what we're doing here and why it's so important to the construction industry and some of the pitfalls that you've seen in your years? And you don't. I'll let you tell the story. Give me a break. I'll say it.
Do that while all in 10 minutes.
Hey, I'm trying to wait. I'm trying to give him a lifeline. Tell his story of his whole life in 10 minutes, guys. So bear with me.
Okay. Now it's 9 minutes. I'm just teasing. Show of hands, how many of you guys are here as a contractor? You're licensed contractor. How many of you guys here are looking for a job? You just need a job. Just trying to find out who you are and who am I talking to. Okay. Like you said, Marvin said, I was just like you. 41 years ago, I was sitting in a trailer just like this, about 4 blocks that way. That's no lie. And I was scared to death. I just got out of high school, barely graduated from high school with a C, and I was lucky to have that. And I was worried. I was worried about how am I ever going to afford a house? How am I going to be able to afford to get married? How am I going to get this life thing started? And so one day I said, well, it's here. I can either, stick my head under the pillow and dread it, or I can pull myself up by my bootstraps and I can take this on as a challenge. And that's what I said. I remember that day just like it was yesterday. This is going to be me against the world, and this is going to be a challenge. And I hit the door running, at a dead run, and I didn't stop. That was 41 years ago. I was very fortunate. I had an uncle that was in construction, and I got a job with him. He put me out sweeping the gutters, right? Because that was about all I was good at was, because I was just a kid, 18 years old. So I started sweeping the gutters. And I remember standing out there. He had a big sign out there on Olive Drive, and it said, houses starting from $36,500. I remember sweeping that gutter, and I thought, I will never be able to afford a house. And I was just convinced myself that was all the money in the world, $36,500. I would never be able to afford a house because I'm making like $5 no, I was making $3 an hour sweeping gutters from my Uncle Kurt. I thought something's got to change. I got to do something. So anyway, they sent me up there to BC through the Partners Union. Sent me up to BC. Set me in a math class, and I thought, oh my goodness, I'm no good at math. I can't do this. I'm stupid. I don't know about math. And they started teaching me about math, and then during the day I would go out and do my carpenter job, and I would realize, wait a minute, this is making sense. I get it. I'm not bad at math. I just didn't know how to apply the math I was learning. And it was like the light bulbs were going on. Now we were doing all kind of geometry and all kind of fractions and every kind of math you could imagine. And it was making sense to me because while I took the class there and then I got out on the job site, it made sense because I had something to apply it to. Now I can actually apply this math that I've been doing. It's just not these strange numbers moving around out here. So I was excited about that. I was excited about learning. And I got to, flash forward looking back, 41 years, I had 2 weeks, 41 years that I wanted to work that I did not have a job. 2 weeks out of 41 years that I wanted to have a job that I couldn't work. That's how good construction is. Construction is a great way to start a life. It's a great way to live a life. I've been in it 41 years. I just hung my license up in January because I'm retired out of it now. But worked all the way up to the top of the ladder. I started out sweeping gutters over there on Olive Drive, and I worked my way up to, I was in the top 200 home builders in the United States. That was what my company was rated as. And it was just here in Bakersfield. You don't have to go all over the place. That was here in Bakersfield. And that was me, a guy who didn't even think he could pass Math 12 without a lot of help. So I'm just saying all that to say this, that you may think it's above you, may think it's out of your reach. I did. I was sitting here 41 years ago in a trailer, same color carpet, same color everything, about just a few blocks that way, 41 years ago. I am you 41 years ago, and it can happen. You can do it.